And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And we have to recap, repost, announce. Come one, come all. Don't worry, I'll wait. We have a lot to talk about. For on the chat, Counterpunch to the 4. The Fantastic Four had just landed. Where we at, people? Where we at? 12 on the chat. 16. Let's get those likes up. Everyone that enters, hit the like button, please. We need to talk about Joshua and Ruiz. Let's do it. Or should I say Ruiz and Joshua? Let me be respectful. Ruiz is the champ. He has took the dive. He has took the leap of faith. Okay. Let's hit that like button. For everyone on, hit the like button for me. Adapt and overcome. Counterpunch to you. AJ gonna pull it off. All right. Bold counterpunch. Let's see. Stephen McHuff. Desert Storm 2. AJ win by KO. That would be dynamic, you know, and then actually if that did happen, of course, we would be looking at 1-1, right? So we have Andy Ruiz. He didn't say much yesterday. He posted a tweet, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Lee Rowe, greetings to you. Super Counterpunch is in the building. And I purposely didn't post a video about what Ruiz said because Ruiz didn't say much. So it really wasn't nothing to report. You know, I mean, he just said, hey, you know, if, let me look it up. Let me look up what he had to say in his last tweet or whatnot, social media posting, because they all mean the same. Twitter, Instagram, social media. There we go. Okay. And here we go. He said, ready for anything that comes my way. You can't scare me with a good time. Blessing to all my people, family, everyone that has God in their heart. Much love, and remember, dreams come true. Now, this was supposedly after he stated that he wouldn't sign. Okay, so I didn't do one on this because it's like, what could I go on? You know, this is like an inspirational speech. This is just a normal, regular, positive post. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. Brown Gone 1. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Costea Larentu or Larentu. What's up, fight fans? Absolutely. It's all about the fight fans. It's all about the fight. Joe ZY, Devin UK in the building, or Devon in the building. Apparently now that I heard whoever buys a ticket gets a free visa. Lee Rowe, that's right. That's what Eddie Hearn said. So, I mean, that's big because a lot of times you got to do that shit on your own. You got to do that separate, you know, and that's a bitch because you got to really have a leap of faith if you buy a ticket to a place because you know you want to buy them now. You don't want to wait up until like a month before and buy the ticket. You want to get that in advance, at least, you know, so you can get some good deals. Then you got to worry about the visa. So you got to do that separate. But now, you know, if that's a bundle, like a package deal, that's great. John Kennedy, AJ will not win. Sorry. He has it, Kurt. Hey, man, you know, that's the prediction. Hello, Kurt from Romania. Costeo Larentu or Larentiu. Hello to you. Counterpunch to you. El Coxie 971. Yo, yo. Counterpunch to you. Lucy J. Good evening to you, Lucy J. and Bentley in the background. Yeah, that Bentley was nice though. That Bentley looks nice. You see him. You see he's all iced out, looking like a Mexican cholo that made it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like he just sold a megaton of some of that good. You know what? Yeah, but he's looking good though. He's looking good, looking confident, looking proud. He's looking happy. He's this proud look on his face, like I did it. You know what I mean? The champ. Will there be a ring card, girls? You think? I hope. I like ring card girls. That's one of the pleasures of watching a live fight, because a lot of things where if you're watching it on TV, the networks really take over with the commentation, and you don't really see the ring card girls as you would if you were, you know, in that venue. Prom D. Roy, who will be victorious? Man, that's what we need to find out. That's what we need to find out. That's what we're trying to figure out. That's what we will eventually know. Big D London, what's up? Greetings from London. What's up to you? Counterpunch to you. Domino Don, Weymouth, or Weymouth, UK. Counterpunch to you. Oh, it's Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence in English. Got you. Okay. The loser will be beheaded. Oh, damn, the champ. Not beheaded. You know, Saudi Arabia, I guess. Damn, you get knocked out. That's disrespectful for you, so you get your head chopped off. So, because isn't it if you steal something, you get your hand chopped off? Is that the same country, or I'm thinking about a different country? I could be wrong. Yisha Queen, counterpunch to you. Pimil Coleman, yo, Prom de Roy. Hey, shouts out from Holland. I think that AJ has something to fight for again. I think he does too, you know, because he's been talking a shitload about, it's like he's infatuated. You know, he's eating, sleeping, drinking Andy Ruiz, which is good, you know. So if that's what he needs, a loss, hey, you know, this is, of course, is the rest of his career as a as a professional fighter. You know what I mean? Andy waiting for a tickle from the Arabs. I don't know, Big D London. Andy waiting for wanting his palm greased by. Yeah. No. SG Barca 4. I was really happy for Andy Ruiz when he won, but now I see what type of basic motherfucker he is. I hope he loses. I'm a Mexican, but he is more American than Mexican. You know, he did give us some ups and downs, some drama, some things that you really wouldn't see from a Mexican fighter, but he's a Mexican American fighter. You know, according to Mexicans, there is a difference. You know, I know the difference between Mexicans, Mexican Americans, Chicanos, right? Because those are all different things, different type of people, different way they think, different classifications according to, you know, Mexicans in general. So, you know, you might be onto something right there, because like normally a Mexican would take that fight. Hey, no problem. I'm going to do it again. I'll be happy to get a $2 million increase to beat that ass again. No problem. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have this shit when I fought him the first time. So I'm getting more of this. Dude, this is all a blessing. I think I'm assuming now that's how a Mexican would be thinking, but I could be wrong. You know? Gentleman's Game. Kurt, I saw your post about what is taking so long about Wilder and Fury. Yeah, it seems like something's up. Look, actually, one of the squad members of this channel brought that to my attention. Like, hey, what's taking it so long? I'm like, well, damn, what is taking that shit so long? Why is Deontay Wilder procrastinating on a fight that he already announced months ago, right? So yeah, it is something up. And I think everything is surrounded by Ruiz and Joshua. Okay. That's what it's surrounded by. It's surrounded around this fight because I think Deontay Wilder wanted to see what Ruiz does. So think about it. If Ruiz pulls out of the fight, then he can fight for undisputed. And then guess what'll happen? If they can fight for undisputed, they can then continue that narrative of how hard it is to make a fight with Joshua and Hearn, right? Because that's the narrative. That's everyone's problem. Oh, they lowball. It's so hard to work with them. They're not fair with the money. They want to harvest everything. They want to do this. They want to do that. That's the story of Hearn and Joshua, right? You see what I'm saying? So I think what it is, he knew, okay, I'll rather fight Ruiz over Ortiz. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is, don't say you've already made a fight official or booked that fight when you know you haven't. And the only reason you did it was because of some other shit, right? That you tried to avoid. Okay? So that's my theory on that. That's what I'm thinking. You know, that's what I'm forming in my head because, you know, unless he's injured again. You know, let's get those likes up. We got 130 on the chat, you know, tuning in, you know. Yeah, that is rough, beheading someone, you know. Damn, cut your hands off. Shit, where they're going to be boxing with their wrist. Wrap fucking gloves around their wrist and go at it. You know, what happened to your hands, man? I fought in Saudi Arabia and lost. If you cheat, you get stoned. So no peds. There you go. We don't need that anyway, man. I think Dillian White is the poster child for, or to be made example of. Look at the shit he's going through. The poor bastard's facing like 4 to 8 years for some shit that they cleared him to fight for, while you have Canelo and fucking juiced up Miller getting 6 months, slap on the wrist and back in action. You know what I'm saying? They got blessed with a vacation and shit. This guy's getting 4 to 8 years. Damn. It's cold. Prom de Roy, Geneverland, Moet. Okay, I don't know. That got me on that. I don't speak Dutch. Daniel Tazama. Hi, Kurt. Daniel from Israel. AJ hungry again. Let's hope so. I want to see a good fight. I want to see what Anthony does. It doesn't bother me if he loses or wins. You know what I'm saying? It would be great for his story because AJ has already won, because it would balance it out, right? Because then you would have a one loss, one win, you know, for both guys. And then you really think about it. This is AJ's official dancing partner at this point, right? So it would be cool for AJ if he won. But for me, it doesn't matter as long as he gives us a good fight and he does his best and he comes in prepared his best. Not no shit where you're thinking about Deontay, or not no shit where you don't really want to fight Ruiz, or not no shit where, you know, other shit evolved around. I don't want to hear all that. I want him to be focused on Ruiz, not anyone else, not Fury, not Wilder. You know, I hope so. I hope so. Big D London, Eddie must have agreed to further bouts in Arabia. It's all about growing the sport. Yeah, right. Nothing to do with the backhanders. You know what? This shit has money written all over it. You can see it. I honestly think Eddie Hearn already had this orchestrated. You know, I don't think he necessarily wanted Joshua over there, but he already had invested interest in Arabia. Think about the Khan fight. Khan made 7 million pounds, or I don't know if he got paid yet, but that's the story, right? 7 million pounds for Amir Khan, a guy that quit against Terrence Crawford. Damn, that's a pretty good comeback. Damn comeback, kid. Shit, you're making more for fighting a guy in Billy Dibb than you are for fighting the pound for pound best fighter in the world. It's crazy. You can't make this shit up. And it's in Arabia, so I could see the interest in that. You know what I'm saying? He has to be means. His head's in it. He knows what's going on, what's on the line. Yeah, gentleman game. He has to know what's going on, and I'm pretty sure he does. You know, listen, if Anthony Joshua goes in there and he looks like he's out of it or whatever, that means he was just faking this whole time about the things that he's doing and commenting on and, all the interviews all of a sudden. But I don't think that's the case. I think he's ready. Again, I think he's fixated on this fight more than he has and more than he should any other fight. I feel. Ruiz hasn't signed off the fight. Eddie was talking about the first contract. Well, purism. It's about Andy knowing when he signed that first contract, he ultimately signed the second one. You know what I'm saying? Ruiz, you know why Ruiz is quiet? You know why he's not saying shit? Because he really can't. It's nothing he can say or really can do. I didn't make a video about this post here with him flossing in front of the Bentley. However, I did make a video about his trainer and what his trainer mentioned. And what his trainer mentioned was just fact. Now let me pull it up for you guys. Manny Robles said, "We're willing to fight anywhere. That's what a true champion does. If we got to go to Wales or Saudi, we've got to go by what the contract says. Obviously, we're going to give him the rematch because that's what we signed up for." Okay? So, purism, it doesn't really matter what he hasn't signed on or whatnot. He's already done that inadvertently. He's done that because look, this is his trainer. Robles knows this, what he's doing with Al Heyman, if that's the case or whatnot, is just drama. He knows what's up. Eddie Hearn wouldn't be saying and making all these announcements if that fight wasn't set in stone, And by now, I hope he should understand that if he decides or he makes a bold, stupid move to try to back out all of a sudden, because people can do that, he's putting himself in a lot of trouble. And it would suck for him, but he's a grown-ass man. So if he makes something that stupid, he better know what the hell he's doing, because Eddie's doing all this and making these promises, bringing having the package with the visa and the tickets and, investing and promoting everyone over to that part of the world to see this fight. And then there is no fight, according to Ruiz. Ruiz's ass is in trouble. Because you think Eddie Hearn is going to sit back and take that shit lightly after he already said this, that, and the other? No, I doubt that. What's good, Kurt? I'm calling it AJ wins by knockout in round 4. Boxing 24/7. Man, round 4. So you think in round 3 it was too early, but round 4 he would be ready to go. I don't know. That's a bold statement, Honestly, I saw that fight again just last night. Everything went wrong in the 3rd round. When Joshua knocked him down, Joshua started getting more reckless because he started opening himself up more at the wrong range and he got caught with a temple shot. So that's where it went wrong. So the question you ask yourself is, what kind of fight would we had if Joshua didn't get caught and hurt early? Yeah, it was after he dropped Ruiz, but what if that didn't happen? What if he didn't get caught with that temple shot? You could say, well, maybe he would have got caught with something else because of the range he was in. Okay. Maybe he wouldn't have got caught at all. Maybe he would have landed that punch to get Ruiz out of there. There's a lot of maybes about this. That's why maybe this fight would be one hell of a fight in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? So Hollywood J, he definitely wasn't himself last fight. And that is how he was feeling or how he was looking or appearing before the fight even started. So that's a whole different situation. You know what I mean? Knowing what we knew about everything involved in the fighter, the choices of fight, the changes of what happened. If you look up, that's funny. I want you guys to Google something. If you Google Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, you know what'll pop up? Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Miller. The poster will still pop up to this day. And it's crazy. And, you know, that focuses a mother. I mean, I'll buy that, you know. I just don't. For Joshua, I don't like him making or explaining himself now versus back then. I think he should remain quiet with everything that he knew what was wrong, because everyone gave him the respect for not making any excuses. So when you are legitimately talking about what you felt, it does come off as an excuse. Why? Because you lost. Okay. Now, had he won, this would be a different story. Like, man, I really didn't get up. Let's say he got up from that knockdown and then knocked Ruiz out. Nobody, you know, it would have been a scare, but then everybody would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, he did have a, you know, he's supposed to fight Miller, then Ortiz, then Dylan White pulled out and all that shit. So people would have looked at that differently had he won versus lost. Since he lost, they look at it completely different, especially the haters of this guy, people that don't like Anthony Joshua. They're going to use that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? They're going to use that as though, oh, he's just now making excuses. And I know that because they've done it. They have done it. Oh, yeah, what now? He says there's no excuses now. It's excuses. So, you know, and before he didn't really have much to say about it. No excuses. He was a better fighter. The better fighter won that night. You know what I mean? Like Russell Simmons, if you guys used to watch Def Comedy Jam, you know, it was a comedy show on HBO with Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons would always come out and say the same damn thing. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you. God bless. Good night. That's it. Even though they want him to say, man, say something else. Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night. That's how Joshua should have been in this, because he really didn't give an explanation of what happened. So when he was explaining it and breaking it down, people twisted that around like, oh, you know, that's what he said. He's blaming Deontay Wilder and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? And in fact, the dude was just explaining, okay, well, this is what happened. And hell, in one interview, he was like, man, I don't even know. I was just on airplane mode. I don't even know what the fuck was going on. You know? Domino Dunn, Kurt, do you believe the theory that AJ lost purposely? You know what? I made a video about it. You probably saw it. I hope you did. And I can understand you asking that question. That's why I made that video. Because when he lost like so flat. I mean, he was gracious in defeat, but it was almost like he was too gracious. Like he expected that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't like, okay, just even with the ref, he's like, what? You know, and then looked at his corner. You know, I know fighters, when you get a fight stopped, especially when you don't want it to be stopped against your wishes for a fight to be stopped, they do crazy shit. They shake their head. They run. They pace around the ring. Hell, Hasim Rahman pushed the referee off of him. Like, dude, get the fuck off of me. And I think that was when David Tua, and they stopped the fight when he was fighting David Tua back in '97, and they stopped it early because, you know, Tua was ripping into him, you know, but he wasn't ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, if you take Joshua not really reacting the way people think he should, especially his first loss. You know what I'm saying? That it's a theory. It's definitely a theory. So, you know, but guess what, Domino Don? We will know sooner or later. And again, like I said in that video, if he goes in there and shows a totally different person and beats the shit out of Ruiz, we will know. But you know something? I have a heart, man. I feel sorry for Ruiz. You know, I'm like, man, you tricked that dude. You tricked that dude. You made that dude think that he was something that he wasn't. Gave him this false confidence. He caused all this drama, talking about not fighting you. Got you back in the ring and beat the brakes off you. And then, but hey, he paid you. You know what I mean? So you can't get mad at him. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the height difference because, you know, Ruiz is here and Joshua's here. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's me seeing a tall dude beat up a shorter dude. It's kind of like I hate bullies. So since I hate bullies and the way bullies, you know, pick on people smaller than them and shit, and they know they can't defend themselves like they want to because the dude's bigger, stronger and all that shit. like a David and Goliath kind of situation. You know, I hate to see that. Like if I see someone picking on someone and I know that shit ain't right, I'm jumping in. I'm gonna be that Avenger like dude. So it's just, I guess, that element in me seeing, Joshua beating the shit out of Ruiz like that, and especially if this is a hoax, if he threw that fucking fight. You know what I mean? Because he didn't see a fight with Tyson and Deontay anyway. I would hate to see it, but then, hey, it would prove my point, or it would make that theory a lot more believable. Let's put it that way. Domino Don. Real Tecker 6. Keeping us updated, honest, and unbiased. I try, brother. I try. Shout out from Finland. Eskanu HQ. Always the first to bring the news. I try. If I hear about it, I'm coming with it. Lee Rowe, he's from LA. Jason Nicholas, counterpunch to you from London. Counterpunch to you. El Coxel or El Coxie 1971. Hey guys, give him the finger. This one. Yeah, give me some thumbs up. Let's get some likes. Go Optimus. All the promoters hungry for Saudi money. Man, I would be too. If you imagine somebody just got a bulk of money, that's like some DAZN shit. Remember DAZN came to America with all this freaking money, like a $1 billion, budget and shit. And then, a lot of people were hating, no, nobody's going to DAZN. Now look who's on DAZN. You know what I mean? The Unknown Guardians, AJ fanboys. Well, I mean, you got Yin and Yang. You got Wilder fanboys. You got Pac Tards. You got Flomo's Unknown. You got a lot of fanboys, mad at the world. Mexican don't like Mexican American. Well, you have that prejudice, so I don't doubt it. Dog man. Hello, Kurt from India. Seems you are quite happy on Ruiz signing the deal. Ruiz addresses self as Mexican than a Yankee. Okay, that's good. He claims his Mexican roots. That's great. And yes, I am happy that he signed. I'm glad that this fight's happening. I don't like all the bullshit. You know what I mean? I'd rather be talking about a fight than talking about a fight that could happen if this happened or that happened. That shit's tiring. Then we talk more about the politics of boxing instead of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So Domino Don, and who do you want to win? I wish the best man wins right now. But again, see, if Joshua wins and he beats Ruiz, he will get that redemption. And see, it will mean more fights for Joshua. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. For one, they look at him as vulnerable. Deontay has a lot of confidence right now because he knows, man, if I hit or when I hit Joshua, he's going out, right? That fight can easily be made. Tyson Fury, Joshua can easily be made. Depends on who wins out of those two. You know what I mean? There has to be a loser, and I hope to God there's not another draw. If there's another draw, we all know that's bullshit, and I'm not watching a third fight between them two. I'm not I'm not gonna do it. But then of course he has Usyk to deal with before any of those guys, right? But Usyk's gonna fight whoever the winner is. So it all looks good to me. I would like to see Anthony Joshua bounce back because I believe he has more heart than a lot of people give him credit for. And then those guys will be 1-1. The worst case scenario would be Joshua beats Ruiz. He can't get the fight with Deontay Wilder and Fury. He fights Ruiz again for the third time. This time maybe in the UK, right? America, Saudi Arabia, then the UK. Or go back to Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? So you end it where it began. So you guys had a cycle. You went all the way back around the world, in 180 days or whatever, and you guys are back full circle fighting in the same place. So, and make a trilogy out of it. If Ruiz, it depends on how Ruiz is if he gets defeated, because you know how some people are sore losers. If Ruiz gets knocked out or beat and he starts blaming on the ref or he was injured or some shit like that, when he wasn't showing no signs of that before, I can understand them not trying to fight him again. But if you want an official dancing partner, because it seems like to me that's what people want to do. They want to find that particular person that's marketable, that they can fight, and fight them over and repeat that process. Rematch, then rubber match, then like, damn, why you dudes doing that? Fight someone new. Look at Deontay Wilder. You fought Fury, now you want to fight Fury again. You fought Ortiz, now you want to fight Ortiz again. You see, it's the same cycle with people. You see what I'm saying? That's why I didn't really care to see Joshua versus White, because I've already saw that. We've already saw what happened. Joshua knocked out White. White hurt Joshua first. White beat him in the Olympics. In the amateurs. Then he beat Joshua beat him in the pros. I don't need to see another fight like that. I mean, sure, it would look good domestically, but not a fight I would care to see. I would rather see him fight someone like Ortiz, someone new. These redos, these rewinds, they get tiresome, because they got to fight and get themselves trained and prepped with another fighter. Joshua, that's the only one I can understand, right? Because it's like this. Joshua lost. I can understand him wanting to rematch, to redeem himself. But Tyson Fury felt he won. Deontay Wilder felt he won. He felt the count was long. Tyson Fury felt that he just beat him every round except the 2 rounds he went down. There was not an urgency for that rematch. A lot of people wanted to push for that rematch, but it wasn't an urgency. The urgency then was that point, okay, none of you motherfuckers lost. So Deontay, while you still have the belt, fight Joshua. But what happened? You see what I'm saying? So Domino Don, it really doesn't matter to me as long as they give a good fight. Because everyone says that Joshua will be finished if he loses to Ruiz. But again, it's how he loses. How will he lose to Ruiz? Will it be a 12-round decision? Will it be some scares? Will it be some knockdowns? Will it be just, Andy Ruiz just outworked him? You know what I mean? But Andy Ruiz was badly hurt in some rounds. Was it exciting? Was it worth looking at again? You know what I mean? Does Anthony Joshua do or make a good enough effort to save face? That's what it's about, But Mexican Americans go to night school to do Spanish and get a B. Damn. Text Timby. AJ will destroy Ruiz. That's why Andy doesn't want the fight. He wants to do business with Wilder, but too late. Love you, man. Don't talk rubbish. Well, hey, he has to fight. He's under contract. And I think that's probably why Deontay Wilder, if you think about it, what if Deontay Wilder would have signed that contract? That $100 million, that 50 and then 50, or is it 120, right? So if he would have signed that fight, he would have signed for those 3 fights. He knew if, regardless of how the first one went, let's say he would have beat Joshua in the first one, and he would have demanded more money. Well, no, you can't demand more money because you're already getting another 50, And he knew he had to fight Joshua twice. And I think because him signing a contract to fight Joshua twice would leave him powerless, because he's binded by that contract, not by his advisor, not by his manager, not by his promoter, but by that contract. And I think Wilder didn't really want to be felt powerless, because I think he's like a power hog. I think he wants to feel like he runs shit. And that's the problem with Deontay Wilder. You see what I'm saying? So, but no, I think that definitely Wilder will fight Joshua now, but Andy Ruiz has to fight. He has to fight. You know, I have a bad feeling about this fight. Is not convinced. Something don't feel right about this whole situation. Well, Rishi, I'll say this. Ruiz being quiet is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing, you know? So obviously Wilder only said he was going to fight Ortiz to avoid being called out by AJ. Yep. That's what I think. You know, I feel the same way. Great counterpunch, Aisha. It's, you know, or Miss Queen, you know. That's definitely what I was thinking, because I'm like, okay, you guys don't have anything confirmed, you know, no press conferences, nothing scheduled. Like, that shit's weird to me. Dude, it's the 12th of August. Time is flying by. Week by week is going by quick. It feels to me that like the fucking month just started. And then it's almost half of it. We haven't heard shit from Wilder or Ortiz or any of that. It's crazy. You know, so yeah, definitely. It's easy to think that, you know. Lawrence, I appreciate it. I try to have them balance. I'm a Libra, so it's about balance. Benjamin Alexander, when you going to admit the Gypsy King is number one? I admit the Gypsy King is number one when he starts fighting number 2 and 3 and 4. I hope that answered your question, because he's fighting fucking 56, 85, 243. All that, no. People we never heard of. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. You know? Elizabeth St. Cyr, Al Heyman try make that undisputed why Wilder fight ain't been announced. He tried, or he might be still trying. Noodle dick. This is travesty to the boxing fans of the U.S. and Mexico and the United Kingdom. Eddie Hearn has disrespected the fans and has shown what really matters. The most cash, Joshua is done. Wow. Well, I'll say this. Hearn is for the money. Hearn's for the money. He's not playing Mr. Nice Guy. He's playing hardball. He's going for the investment. But, you know, that's what businessmen do. Because Eddie Hearn knows in the back of his head, what if Ruiz loses? I mean, what if Joshua loses? Why do you think he has so much money up for Joshua? Because he knows, well, damn, if he loses, this may or may not be the last time that Joshua fights, especially on that type of level, making this type of money. So if you're going to make that type of money, make the most money that you possibly can. Why? The iron in the fire is hot, right? So I think that's what it is. I mean, I think he did do it for the money. You know, that shit could have been in Cardiff. Why not in Wembley? I didn't get it, but I don't know. Maybe it's too cold. You know? Poetic Sniper HD. It was a way for Eddie to expose Ruiz's true colors by making it official, whilst people believe that both sides have agreed and it's official. Then now we see Ruiz not signing the contract. What do you think? I think he has to. I'm with his trainer. I'm with Manny Robles. Manny Robles said that he signed the contract, so that's what he has to do, because that's what he signed up for. So, you know. Theon Lowan, what's up, brother? TM Adventures, Eddie Hearn, ever had it so good. Hope he becomes the new owner of Bor FS. Maybe so. He got a lot of money he ain't talking about. Theon. Shh. Hey. Yomi Ali, what's up, brother? How you doing? Kind of punch back to you, brother. I don't think any of these other fighters are scared of one another. I think they're scared of losing. Shout out to from Germany, Theo. Counterpunch to you. Tex Timby, he spoils the all business. that chance anymore. Yeah, he can't take that chance. Ruiz said he didn't want UK. Now what he can say again. Ruiz will go broke should he not take the contract. Yeah, he might go broke. You know? Dillian White was an error. Miller is a joke. Oh. Kurt, what time will the fight be on stateside? Oh, from Saudi Arabia. So, all right. Let's look at it like this. It's 3:59 here, so it's what, 10 o'clock p.m. in the UK, right? And I believe Saudi Arabia is 2 hours ahead of the UK's time. So it's 12 o'clock midnight there now. I'm thinking. I could be wrong. So that's 8 hours ahead of us. So if it's I don't know what time it's going to be. So if it's at 7 o'clock, that means 7 o'clock their time in 8 hours. What, 11 in the morning, I think? So I think it would be 11 in the morning, I believe. But I could be wrong. It depends on how many hours ahead our Saudi Arabia is from the UK. Shane Grant from Barbados. That's what's up, man. I'm going to the Caribbean. I'm going back to El Caribe pretty soon. The end of the month. Wilder uses Eddie for AJ for his free promotions. 40 fights, and we heard about his last free. Yeah. They knew what they were doing because, he definitely got a raise out of the whole deal. So if his objective was just to get a raise, he did what he's supposed to do. You got to look at it through a fighter's perspective, too. If Wilder knew he didn't want to fight Joshua, but he knew, I'm tired of getting fucking shortchanged. I'm tired of people not knowing who the fuck I am. I'm tired of, I'm tired of my check versus I'm seeing these other fighters, Canelo, Mayweather. You got Joshua over there that's been fighting half the amount of time I am, and he's getting fucking millions. Why ain't I getting that? I know. I'm gonna keep this motherfucker's name in my mouth and talk about fighting him. I don't have to really fight him, but I'm gonna talk about fighting him and knocking him out, call him a coward or whatever I need to do to get my name buzzing, to get my name known along with his name. So enough times you call Anthony Joshua, you're going to think Deontay Wilder. Just when you say Mayweather, you think Manny Pacquiao. Even though Mayweather hates that shit. He hates the reality of his attachment to Manny Pacquiao. He does, people. If you talk to Mayweather, it was times Mayweather wouldn't even talk to you if you mentioned Manny Pacquiao's name. You know what I'm saying? That shit was real. The animosity was real because he felt that Manny Pacquiao was building a legacy off his name, which was totally fucking false. You know what I'm saying? He could be no wrong, but that's that egotistical mindset. But in Deontay Wilder's situation, maybe it was because he was fighting a lot longer than Joshua. Then comes Joshua and the AJ train. Fuck, I better ride that AJ train. And that's what Deontay did. So more power to him if that was the case. If he had no intentions, and he knows in his heart that if he wanted to really fight Joshua or not. We can't really answer that question. We can speculate. We can put everything on the table and look at it how it is. But he knows if he really wanted to fight Joshua or not. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. He knows that. And if he doesn't know that, something's wrong with him. Because I think he either knew or didn't really want to do that and just wanted to boost his profile. Hey, it worked. Fuck it. It worked. Right? Eddie Mohammed. I bet Ruiz wish it was Cardiff now. I don't know, man. Maybe he is. He might get scared and fucking shell shocked over there. He might get paranoid, Man, I don't want to go over here. Look at all these people on camels. Man, I'm scared. I'm fucking scared, eh? Look at this shit. Look at that. Like, where's he going? You know, they get all paranoid. Yeah. Scorpio 11. Hello back to you. Counterpunch to you. And no drinking liquor over there either. Damn. That's crazy. I don't think so though. They got to look. They had live concerts over there. I doubt they would lose thousands or maybe millions of dollars for not having alcohol available over there. Come on now. I doubt that. It's too big of a venue not to have alcohol at a fight. You know, you're just gonna fucking go to a fight dry? No, I doubt that. Nah. You look a little bit like Timberland. Man, I heard a lot of shit. You know, I heard Roy Jones. I heard Roy Jones lately. I forget who else right now, but I've heard all types of shit. B6 UK. Okay, where was I? Okay. What up, Counterpunch? What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Stephen McCall. McHugh, right? There we go. Enjoyed the content, but I'm leaving to get tanned and jacked. Damn, I heard that. Go do your shit, Stephen. Counterpunch to you, brother. Malik Gardner, just a way to try of turn Eddie and his team. Wow, okay. Oi, Counterpunch. All right. English Lad 808. Hashtag road for undisputed for AJ. Well, he was on that undisputed road a long time. So let's see what he does. No, it's Canoe HQ. I mean, that's what he doesn't get. He hasn't got banned. Nothing's been clarified yet, but I mean, that's the talk. You know, for him getting a large ban and, 4 years, 8 years, it's crazy. But nothing's happened yet. Dirty Old Man 66, has Ruiz signed the contract yet? According to Eddie Hearn, it's already, He wouldn't be promoting if he wouldn't have got some type of confirmation from Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him doing that, me personally. Let the breakdancing begin. Chris Smith, hello from the UK. Love the channel, Kurt. Best channel. It comes from USA. That's it. From the USA. Thank you, man. Appreciate your support. Malik Gardner, Eddie killing the game and they jealous. Yeah, he's bringing their money. He's keeping their fighters active. He's getting them paid, He's not doing that shit by having them on the bench forever and not letting them fight anyone, He's not doing that. Theo Lawan, this fight will be different. I think it will be too. Saudi Arabia wins, boxing loses. Damn. I don't care where it's at as long as I see a good fight. Scance Ranch, trying to find Dillian White's B sample is harder than playing Where's Waldo. You ain't lying. I don't know what's up with UCAD. I mean, they're in charge of it, right? So you need to call, the pressure needs to be put on UCAD more than anybody else in that situation. I don't want to talk about that too long, but they are the ones that cleared him to fight. If he wasn't cleared to fight, then why in the fuck did they clear him to fight? That's it. There's nothing else you could really say about that. It's like, damn, you cleared him to fight. Why did you do that if you knew something was shitty in Denmark? You know what I'm saying? Alu Baker, good evening to you. You want something done in Saudi, you gotta line pockets. Hey, they lining pockets then, brother. Okay. English Lad 808. I'm looking forward to Campbell versus Loma. Me too. I want to see what that fight's about. I definitely want to see what that fight's about. Similar styles. One's taller, longer reach. Campbell has the reach, taller. Lomachenko has to find a way inside. It's going to be fun. Carl Larner, great channel. Thank you, brother. Counterpunch to you. Domino Don, if AJ loses, how much worth would he lose in your thoughts? He would lose a lot. And then I think it would be up to the UK fans to pick him up if they really were true fans. But, you learn a lot about people when you do lose, though. You know what I'm saying? That shows people's true loyalty and true love and respect they have for you when you do take an L. If they just blast you and throw your ass under the bus, that means they really weren't that people. They weren't that supporters they claim to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? Kick BT. I enjoy your videos and definitely enjoy your live streams. Thank you. Thank you very much. AJ will beat Ruiz in the 5th round. Listen here from Baba Yaga. I heard that. I like the confidence, man. You know what I mean? State your name, state what your prediction's going to be, Are you country? Okay. Scorpio 11, Joshua's champion. Joshua's chomping at the bits. Ruiz was Hawan. I don't know what that means. There is only one contract. Ruiz already signed the contract by accepting the first bout. That's my understanding pretty much. You have a South accent like you're from the South. Well, yeah, I was raised mostly in the South, so various places. But I also stayed in Vermont, Boston, Missouri, a lot of places. So it's kind of mixed, rather, until you learn or hear someone from here, then be like, okay, he sounds nothing like Kurt. So now I know what the hell he's talking about. Andy made himself look silly. He demanded $50 million and now he's getting $9 million. Mugged off by Eddie. Well, that's how much he wanted to go to the UK. David Vaughn, love the channel. You make it difficult to get any work done with all these updates. Keep it up. Oh man, respect from the UK. Appreciate it. Counterpunch it back to you. Don't mean to be a distraction, just an additive to your life, But because these videos will be here when you're ready to watch them. Yisa Queen, if Ruiz really felt like he was going to win the first fight, I feel like he would have had negotiated better terms for himself. Yisha Queen, you are on the fucking money. Because if he felt that way, or unless he was just that desperate, and then a lot of people, and I don't, you know what? I honestly think Ruiz didn't know what to expect. I think he was worried more about the amount of money that they were offering versus the outcome or the circumstance that he would have to go through, yay or nay. If he lost, it didn't mean shit anyway. He got paid. So I think Ruiz considered losing more than winning, because if he, like you said, would have had winning on his mind, he would have been like, wait a minute, if I do beat him like I feel that I'm going to do, why is he getting all this money? Because it says here in this contract on page 78, you know what I mean? It's saying that if this fighter wins, then he still gets the lion's share of the film, of the prize money and all that shit. Dillian White did it. And I'm going to leave it with that. The Unknown Guardians. Anthony Joshua said he was going to fight in Mexico and he changed his mind. I never heard him say that. Unknown Guardians. That's some unknown shit that you said. I never heard him say that. I would love a article that said, he said I will fight in Mexico. Now I am not going to fight in Mexico. I never heard that. So you got to show me. Lee, shout out to Counterpunch. Limerick, Ireland. Nice. Counterpunch to you. Go Optimus. His trainer must be real Mexican. Yeah, I think he is. Manny Robles is real Mexican. That's why he's talking like a real Mexican. You see what I'm saying? That's why I emulated or impersonated a Mexican's thoughts, because that's what a Mexican would do. A Mexican ain't running from nobody. Why do you think people gave Canelo that shit about giving that WBC belt up to Triple G a few years ago? Remember that? And people looked at that motherfucker like, dude, you ain't Mexican, you Irish. And Irish like, hell no, he ain't Irish because he have red hair. We tougher than that. Nobody wanted to claim Canelo when he gave that build up to Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one of those things. So yeah, that's because it didn't sound real Mexican, and it wasn't a Mexican thing to do that Canelo did. Canelo would defend his belt. He would not drop it or, risk being stripped from it. And I don't think the WBC would strip Canelo. They didn't. They didn't even strip him for the WBC. They fucking gave him another belt. Call it what you would. Call it a whoopee, a pacifier, right? A buffer. Call it whatever it is. They did not strip Canelo. They gave him and made him a whole belt. Damn. It's crazy. I feel as though if Tyson versus Douglas, after a year Douglas fought the undisputed cruiserweight champion Evander Holyfield with Usyk around the corner, I think he would become hey, there's no chance. There's no telling with Usyk, because Usyk is a different type of beast. He has this precise ring IQ, and he knows exactly what he's going to do. He's dangerous for anyone. I don't give a shit how small he is. He can still fucking punch, and he has boxing gloves. So you shouldn't underestimate him. Please. And if Ruiz gets past Joshua, that actually is a fight that I want to see. See, I like Joshua. I like Ruiz. I mean, I haven't liked what Ruiz did lately. And there's some things Joshua I didn't like, I think he's talking a little bit too much. But anyway, win or lose, these guys have to fight someone after that. So the journey doesn't end for either guy. They're up for grabs, because whoever wins has to see Usyk. That's the beauty about boxing. See, if you look at it through a boxing perspective, yeah, a lot of people might be heartbroken if Joshua lost. But guess what? Ruiz has to carry on his legacy. He defended his first defense against Anthony Joshua. Now he has to fight Alexander Usyk as the mandatory. So guess what? This story continues one way or the other. You see what I'm saying? So it's all good to me, because either way, let's say Usyk beats Ruiz, right? Usyk has to see, and Usyk's going to be, his goal is to be undisputed, just like cruiserweight. So if he can fight Deontay Wilder, imagine Deontay Wilder versus Alexander Usyk. Think about that. A boxer with the skills that Usyk has versus the power and the size and the height and the reach that Wilder has. Dude, that would be, that's one of those fights that you want to see, because if you know a good fight when you get the butterflies in your stomach, when you get that anxiety feeling that, like, man, what's going to happen right now? Because you really don't know, right? So it is what it is. Mr. Lucan, thank you for loving the channel, man. Keep watching. I got daily videos. Now, money makes Ruiz look stupid. Success doesn't look good with some people. Well, he'll be blessed with another 9 million. So my thing is this is my thing for Ruiz. If Ruiz beats Joshua, okay, I want him and I want Ruiz to have the same fucking energy as he did with Joshua. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's fair. Because you can't say, look, here's the thing. You don't get 7 million in the first fight, beat Joshua, then get 9 million in the second fight after you pissed and moaned because you got the 9 million. Then you fight for undisputed with Deontay Wilder and get fucking 5. That will not fly with me, and I will have to counterpunch Ruiz's ass real quick, because you were bitching, pissing, and moaning over what Joshua offered you, but you're glad to accept the 5 because you guys are on the same team. Oh, hell no. None of that. Ruiz is trying to squeeze more money. I think that they have to give it to him, and let's get the fight made. I just want to see Anthony whoop his arse. Yomi Ali. Well, I want to see an ass whooping. I want to see both of them whoop each other's ass. You know, it's just hopefully one of them will be better at doing it, right? From Kenya, rooting for AJ. Kenyua, counterpunch to you. I hope I pronounced that right. Chaotic Sniper HD, I feel that if this is like Tyson versus Douglas after year, Douglas might fall for undisputed. Yeah. Do you still think there's a trilogy if AJ wins the rematch? It could be. Like I just explained, like if Joshua wins, there's always a potential to fight Ruiz again. It depends on what Ruiz does after that. You know, maybe Joshua can't get those fights with Deontay Wilder. Because again, if Deontay Wilder knew he didn't want to fight Anthony Joshua and he's got where he needs, he doesn't need to fight someone that dangerous to get where he is now. And I think Deontay Wilder is happy where he is now because where he is now is unlike he's ever been in his whole fucking life. And that's a fact. Until last year. He didn't have all that stuff going on for him. Not saying he was just a broke dude. He just didn't have this bracket, this level of pay that he's getting now. And then that's because he was promoting a potential fight between him and Anthony Joshua that he may or may not even intended to fight. You know what I'm saying? So be real, AJ was down 2-1 in the third. Yeah, he was knocked down twice in the third. I mean, why wouldn't I be real about that? Expose a holic. Counterpunch to you. Paul Castro. Andy will win again by TKO in 2. Paul Castro, you know something? I think that may be like one of the game plans. I think they want to get Joshua out of there early. You know what I mean? If they can hurt him in the third round, maybe they can do it earlier, right? Ruiz did say he was going to throw a lot more punches, right? That makes him more aggressive. So, hey, you know, I think that you might be onto something, Paul Castro, because they might intend to do exactly what you predict. Go in for the kill. Gerard Corkson, I think we will be facing a diversion from AJ's camp. AJ said he was not dropped in sparring, and we agree, but he didn't deny being hurt by Joey. We saw a scar on his face. I believe AJ was concussed. AJ was fucked up. Come on now. And that's another reason I want to see this fight. Because I know something happened 8 days, like early. He wouldn't have those fucking scars on his face because this is days before the fight. This wasn't no fucking 3 or 4 weeks before. This shit happened like right up to the fight because that was some of the last interviews that they were interviewing. And they're like, dude, what's up with your face? People wouldn't have asked if he, you know, what's up wrong with his face if he wouldn't have had nothing on his fucking face. You know what I'm saying? If he had nothing on his face, no one would have to ask about it. But it was visible. We saw it. Like, dude, what is that? And he gave 2 different excuses of what it was. So, yeah, it was something that happened in sparring. He came in half fucked up and he doesn't want to let people know that, which, you know, that's him. Yep, Ruiz was fed to AJ. They never thought he would win, so accepted the rematch terms. Remember, White rejected the offer due to the rematch terms. Yep. And what if they go back and Anthony lose round 1? If he loses round 1, he'll be just like Dominic Breazeale when he got beat up. AJ drops Ruiz in the 3rd round. They say he was concussed. You know, I mean, there's enough signs to support that. So AJ wins the rematch 100%. We bet on this. Ooh, Lawrence. Chris Smith. Bruce Vane also talks true. Yeah, Bruce Vane is a beast. He's like one of those roasting. He's one of those roasting interviewers, content creators that will roast you and will back that shit up and make you look like a straight ass. I just seen the one he had on Errol Spence. You know, and Errol Spence went on his drunken rant and got himself in trouble, that type of shit. Yeah, he went in on him, you know. It's called pressure. Yep, pressure busts pipes. Mr. Lycan, Mr. Lucan, I don't know why I keep wanting to call you Mr. Lycan. AJ is to destroy Ruiz second time around. AJ is all in for it now. Mr. Lucan, we'll see. Let's hope so. Chris Smith, yeah, he's a YouTuber. He does various videos on fights, predictions, conspiracy, controversy, stuff like that. You know, of course, his thoughts. You know, it's quite entertaining. He had one called Deontay Wilder, the American Coward, or the movie or some shit. It's like, it was hilarious. You got to check that shit out. I definitely check out that channel. And he doesn't give a shit who he counterpunches. He counterpunches anyone, everyone, groups, you know? Yeah, but he goes hard on those fighters and promoters or whoever. Big D, London, Tony Lawyer, I agree. AJ should stay behind the jab till the late rounds. He should, but I think he should just emulate Lennox Lewis. Watch a Lennox Lewis fight. Watch the Tua fight. Watch the Tyson Fury fight. I mean, not the Tyson Fury fight, the Mike Tyson fight. And I would definitely, if I'm AJ, I'm definitely going to look up Lewis Tyson, because Tyson, you know, had to leap up and throw those punches, but no, Lennox Lewis wouldn't allow him to happen. Wouldn't allow him to do that. How would I react? React to what? Him getting knocked out in round one? Dude, I'd be all over the place. If that answered your question. To this day, Ruiz was no pushover the first time. He won't be this time either. He won't. I think people are overlooking that. People forget that Ruiz did this before, people. He's beat Joshua before. And he's did it from counter punching and combination punching and cutting off the ring. Ring IQ, experience, and hitting Joshua with the right shot. I mean, the kind of shot that disembobulates him. And that's what happened, right? Let's say Joshua will punish Ruiz. Rashi, Kurt, seriously, you think this fight's going to happen? I hope so. I think it is, though. There's just too much being put into it now. But who knows? You know, unless some crazy shit happens when somebody fails a drug test. But we don't see stuff like that happening. Or someone gets injured. We don't see stuff like that happening. J.E., yo. Big D London, big fighter's going to come in lighter than the first. They are. They're going to come in lighter. They're going to come in, I think, quicker. There's going to be more of a boxing match, you know, than before. Ruiz, I think, is going to try to press the action. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. You know, I just hope he doesn't run into one of them right hands. But if he does, he does. You know what I mean? If he dies, he dies. You know? And if Ruiz gets beat, he's like, hey, I made $9 million. I'm the former unified heavyweight champion, first of my kind, being Mexican or Mexican American, right? He could always say that. He'll be fucking 50, 60, 70 years old telling his grandkids, you know, you see that big guy over there on TV? They're always talking about from the UK. I beat him. Yeah, your papa beat him. You know? I could definitely see that, you know. Herman crooked, though thought everyone knew that. Well, you know, those are promoters. They have their ways and their tricks, you know. Damn, Lawrence, AJ dropped the first fight on purpose. Wow. I have no idea, Luke Ranson. I have no idea who's going to win. LA 12, Andy Destroyer will KO Joshua again. You know, Big D London. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Ruiz is flossing, man. I'm proud of him. You know what I mean? Ryan Red Corner. Hey, 50-50 fight. I said a month ago, and versus AJ was going to be in Saudi. You laughed, and I said the fight won't happen because an injury. LOL. Screenshot me again. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know? Exposaholic. Ain't nothing like screenshots. Ain't nothing like evidence. No. I think I remember you saying that. Maybe it was about a month ago. Maybe it was about a month ago. I think you said something about Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, Saudi Arabia, what the hell? But hey, if you're right, you're right. You know, if that's what you said, you know, more shouts out to you. Great counterpunch. You know what I'm saying? You know. But because of an injury, damn. I hope you're not right about that. Rod Rook Davis, what's good? Counterpunch to you. We're live. You from Germany. Pharrell Montana, counterpunch to you. Alu Baker from London, counterpunch to you. Whoa, Guan Kurt. Okay. That's Fasky. Good stuff. Counterpunch to you. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Campbell and Loma too. Love from Scotland. Always unbiased information. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Man, I'd be hysterical. Shh. Shh. I'd be hysterical. Mr. Shh. Streams fine from Scotland. Red Knot from South Africa. Nice. What do you think about Joseph Parker versus Jerick Chisora? I think it's a good fight, but I think Parker is trying to really, I think he's really trying to post. Joseph Parker's trying to stay where he's at since he signed with Matchroom. That would be a good fight, though. I'd like to see it because, you know, those guys are supposed to fight. Mark McGowan from Scotland, counterpunch to you. Let's see. If a fighter gets knocked down and -1 point, if they win the round, should that point be drawn round under the rules? I'm not sure. It depends on what type of knockdown. It depends on everything that happened in that particular round. And it really depends on the judges. That's what it depends on. It's great to see boxing in new places. Exciting to go around the world. PBC would just stay in Barclays Center. Yeah, they love the Barclays Center. Call 180-1974. I got blocked from Boxing Ego for saying Oscar Rivas is black. Look, I don't know why, and it's a big, people don't understand what race versus nationality means. Boxing Ego will block you anyway because you have to understand when you're looking at his content or you're on a live stream or something like that, he's this god, right? You have to understand that. And whatever, if you say something that he disagrees with, he's going to have someone to, you know, time you out or some shit, or put him in timeout or get him out of there. And because he doesn't like to have different perspectives, you know, different people's opinion. That's what it's about. We're not here all thinking the same shit. We're here thinking different things based on our own individual minds. Okay, we're not here just to, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right, Boxing Ego. Or yes, you're right, Kurt. That's right, Kurt. That's right, Kurt. Yes, Kurt. Yes, Kurt. No, it's about what you think. That's why we're here. We're not here for you guys to just listen to me. You guys have feedback also. So when Boxing Ego says, "Oh well, I'm blocking you because I don't like this black stupid," no, Oscar Rivas is black. He's Colombian and he's black. What? He can't be both? What the hell? Erislandy Lara, Luis Ortiz, Celia Cruz, Faison Love, the comedian. All these guys, what do these people have in common? Laz Alonso. What do these guys have in common? They're all black. From anywhere from singers, comedians, fighters, they're black. But they are also Cuban. So you can't say they're Cuban and not black also. They are black. They are Afro-Cuban. Okay? What's another word for Afro or African? People say black, right? Like Irish, European, people say white. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. That's just like saying Idris Elba. He's black. No, he's British. Get out of my chat room. Get the fuck out of here. People don't know the difference between race and nationality. You can never say he's not Colombian though. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, that's like you can't say he's not black. He's just not from America. That's fine. You think they stopped making black people when like outside of America? You're outside of America, therefore you're not black? Come on now, that's just stupid. Honestly, I wouldn't go there no more. You know what I mean? Cali 180, 1974, I wouldn't go there anymore, you know? But yeah, I've had many runs in with Boxing Ego, and we got into a bad argument about some shit. And it was funny. It was on his page, and the guy, he gets pissed at me because he was talking about Max Kellerman, and he was like, I didn't understand what Max Kellerman meant, and I explained this is what he meant. Oh, you're garbage, you're trash. Whatever you say doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, dude. And then it's funny. People were coming on his comments saying, no, Ego, he meant this. So it was like just as many people liked what my statement was versus the shit that he said to quote unquote counterpunch me to blow my statement down, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. Yisha Queen, welcome to the chat. I am here. Yes, I am back on the chat. I am. That's crazy. How is Oscar Rivas not black? I don't get it either. That's just stupid. That's just dumb. People don't know the difference. They don't know that you can be both. You know, you can be British and black at the same time. Lennox Lewis, I guess, right? He's a Jamaican, Canadian, you know what I mean? But come on, man. That's so stupid. It's just a country. Doesn't stop at what you look like, you know? It's crazy. His name is Boxing Ego. Exactly. It's fucking ego is in his name. So what do you think? It's about his ego, people. So yeah, that's, you know. Britney Spears, Protomons 1, 2, 3, 4. People from the Dominican Republic are African descent, but they are not black, since black is a designation for American people of African descent. I mean, is someone from Argentina the same? Okay. The word black, they don't use. They use Afro or Moreno. Okay, I know this because a lot of my family is from Cuba. Some from Brazil. Same difference though. Okay, but they don't use that actual term. Americans, you are right, use that term. You know, but black, like back on track, it doesn't really matter. You know. If you, damn, he blocked me like 4 months ago for calling Wilder a bum fighter. Well, yeah, he would do that. He's a Wilder fan. Of course he's going to block you. Kelly, you're not agreeing with what he says. You know what I mean? Sporting's icons in the building. Counterpunch to you, brother. Hope is well. Hope all is well. I appreciate that feedback, my man. No problem. You know, it's about Boxing Ego. It's his world. It's his army. They will eat you up and spit you out if you go to that territory. You can't fight them all. They are vast in number, and they are all equally ignorant. They are the ego army. You got to remember that going over there. You can't start shit and start talking about. That's just like you going in like a Catholic church talking about Allah. You won't go far. It's crazy. And thank you for the super chat, Cali 180 1974. I hope my words were encouraging. Don't worry. If Billy Joe Saunders doesn't sign with Eddie Hearn in the zone, he is a fool. Blue sky. He's either that or he has something else brewing. We don't know. See, a lot of times people take for cash value what they assume people are going to do. Like a lot of us think it's Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I mean? Because, it says, hey, Billy Joe Saunders signed with Eddie Hearn. But if he decided to do something else, I'm pretty sure he had good reason, But then, I can also understand him not doing that, because if he did have some type of second thought, my best bet would be because of Tyson Fury. Those guys are good friends, and since they're good friends, Tyson Fury is probably, telling Eddie Hearn, he's a big dosser. Don't fucking sign with him. I hate him and his fucking drunk father. Don't sign with him. Sign with fucking Bob Arum, man. We'll fucking run the ESPN. We don't have to fight anyone. Those fucking dossers. We're already the best. Billy, we're the best. Admit it. We can fight whoever we want. Graham Bowman. Oh, man. Let's see. Counterpunch with Kurt, Sporting Icons, Bruce Vane, The Relay, all you need on YouTube. Keep it up. Yeah, I like The Relay too. Oh, Jules. All of us started on Facebook years ago. And now I don't know about Bruce Vane. Bruce Wayne. I know about Bruce Vane, but The Relay, we all had it's called Ring IQ. It's a huge Facebook group, and we just post shit, talk about boxing. I had my channel over there. I would share it on his channel and vice versa, and we would go back and forth. You know what I mean? And it was fun, Oh, absolutely. Sporting Icons, you're always welcome. And, Jules, he has a lot of knowledge, and really it started from, we were all on a page called IOTBA, and it was by a guy, Corey, what's his name? Corey, I forget his last name, but IOTBA means I'm on that bullshit again, right? And everyone had that, and it had a lot of members, and then people just started to fall out because people started to disagree. And, I had already had my channel, and it was up, or my page, so to speak. And I made the page when I made my channel. And I either did one or the other. I either posted stuff that I could post on Facebook, because, they have different, rights and copyright, laws when you're dealing with Facebook. So I posted a lot of stuff on my Facebook fan page of Counterpunch Boxing News. And then Jules went to Ring IQ and he created that over there. And I think it's probably like 20,000 members or something like that. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. And I go there every so often, but I just decided to really focus more on YouTube than Facebook because it's a bigger platform, But it's, that was the history of that. And I don't know where the hell IOTBA, what he's done. I haven't heard from him lately. I hope he's still making videos and watching boxing and good shit like that, Finally, we can talk about boxing and none of that contract location nonsense. Adam Moe, absolutely. Let's talk about the fight. Let's talk about what they're doing. Let's talk about Ruiz Joshua 2. That's what it's about. That other shit is tiring. You talk about contracts and maybe this and maybe Joshua's dad and maybe Ruiz is this. It'll make you tired, man. It'll make you tired. Shit that makes you want to yawn. Oh, oh, thank you very much. $5 for your time. Thank you for the support. Cali, 180, 1974. Let's see. Oh, God. Boxing Ego blocks people for having a different opinion. He's such a. Yep, that's what he does. You didn't know that by now? Mickey Dub, playground stuff. Yep. Ruiz clearly has fear. I think he has concern. I think he has concern. I like to use, when I say concern, that's my sarcastic way of saying fear. He's not necessarily scared, but he does have concern, that type of shit. And I think he is concerned. I really do. I mean, he should be, it's his second time, first going out for a championship. He fighting Parker. He was out of the country for that. And that wasn't the best experience. Gave him his first professional loss. Then he wins it from a person from another country, which is AJ. Now he's defending it again in someone else's, well, not someone else's backyard, but away from home. So maybe he has that phobia of fighting away, because see, what people don't understand is people say a lot of pressure's on Joshua. It is. It's a lot of pressure on Joshua. And Joshua has made a lot of promises. He said a lot of things that confident people do. But then that also makes you have to own up to that. But then there's the flip side. Ruiz, what we need to understand about Ruiz is more than likely, when he comes to that country, Saudi Arabia, mentally, he's going to be affected because he knows he lost away from home. So loss is in his mind because he's already suffered a loss, and he suffered a loss overseas. So if his mentality is, I don't like to go overseas to fight, right? Which I think it is. So if he's thinking, man, I don't really like to go overseas and fight. If you want me to fight in UK, you got to give me $50 million. Why? Because he's not confident in fighting somewhere else because he lost somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So if he lost somewhere else and he has that mindset when he comes over to fight Joshua, that phobia of losing and being away from home is going to be on his mind. It's going to put him back in that vulnerable state. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't think of it like that, but I do, because I'm thinking, well, if Ruiz is lost before overseas, he's not going to be too keen and too confident fighting overseas. Make sense? See what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations, So Reddish KC, I think he definitely has concern. Tony C, no, not yet, but I would like to. I think that would be awesome, to do some collaboration work. That would be great with sporting icons. That would be cool, Boxing 24/7. Yeah, ego sucks. Michael shows people are stupid. Ego with the sunglasses talks nonsense, barely able to tell what he's saying. Well, that's boxing ego. He does his thing over there, I was actually listening to a video by T Street. And I know T Street's mad at me for whatever reason. I don't want to talk about that. But he said something that made a lot of sense about like Boxing Ego and Dante's Boxing Nation. These guys could be so much bigger if they didn't have a one-sided perspective. And I thought about it, I'm like, damn, that is true. Sure Boxing Ego, they report the news. But if they were more neutral, if they were just more open-minded instead of like on this side of the street versus just straight up the middle, they could be a lot bigger, because then they wouldn't get people detracting, or they wouldn't get those type of, they would become more like Fight Hub or Seconds Out, or you know what I'm saying, like that type of platform where they have the subscribers, I guess, if that shit's actually accurate, because I seen a video where Boxing Egos, his subscribers kind of changed. It went from like 1 million at one point, then 500,000. Now it's down. It's so you can adjust that. So I'm not too keen on that. But according to what the subscribers he has now, he has the ability to market himself a lot different. But anyway, again, that's Boxing Ego, people. So it is what it is. ABS1, hit the like button. Yeah, why not? Hit that like button. Whoever said he black should have said he's green. Hey, man, it makes sense because, when he fought, if you're talking about Oscar Rivas, he did fight like an amateur. He didn't fight like I thought he was going to fight. Even when he dropped Dillian White, I think he should have put the pressure on like he did with Brian Jennings. So, do you think the really humid weather in Saudi Arabia will affect AJ and Ruiz? No, I don't think so. Because Adam Mo. Think about it like this. Ruiz is from California. That's desert anyway. Now, I don't think that's too bad of a climate change. It'd be different if he was from Wisconsin or some shit like that, where there isn't really a lot of humidity and not a lot of sun a lot of the times, where they have extreme winters and stuff like that. I think he would be more effective. But Ruiz, no. He's from Mexico. Mexico is a lot of what? Desert. So, no, I think he'll be fine. Sporting Icons, any latest news on Dillian White? Yeah, that's a good question. I would like to know what's up with Dillian White because, he's like they're trying to crucify the man, They're trying to call him Jesus Jr. What the hell? And you got Super Miller, with a fucking PED on his chest. He's getting out of his ban already. That's been shit since April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. I think he'll be good to go, right? Lennox Lewis, don't know what nationality is. He's just black. That's about it. Lost in transit. I guess so, man. Goodwin Udo. Eddie Hearn sounds so confident on AJ knocking out Ruiz Jr. more than he was in the latest fight. Well, you know what? I don't think anyone knew what the first fight was going to consist of because when you change that many fighters, we don't know you don't have a prediction. Joshua didn't even have a prediction. Joshua said, hey, if he talks shit, I'm going to batter him, right? If he doesn't, I'm going to take it easy on him. What does that sound like? Does that sound like focus to you guys? Let's be real. Does that sound like focus? You see what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like focus. That sounds like, hey, I'm going to give him a break if he doesn't talk shit because I like the guy. That's what it sounds like, right? Counterpunch to you from Lagos, Nigeria. Fantastic news about Ruiz finally confirming the rematch. It is, brother. Mr. Ugen, it is. It is very good news. Just joined to talk about blue balls. Oh, man. Blue balls. Yeah, well. Yeah, he's another character. Ego gets emotional when you prove him wrong. Of course he does. He doesn't want to be wrong. People with big egos hate to be wrong. Of course. You need to go against Boxing Ego and literally have debate with him. Get made new. You know what? A guy like that, I don't think that someone with an ego like that wouldn't want to go toe to toe. You would have to come on his platform and, and type what you want and all that shit. No, I doubt it. I'm good. The boys are here. Someone called Bruce Vane. Aku. No matter where you come from, as far as you are black, you are African. Good job, bro. Well, that's pretty much it. That's like, yeah, pretty much. In a nutshell, you can't argue there. Iron Horse SB, sporting icons, and any word on Dillian White in his situation. Yeah, I'd like to know that too. What do you make of John Jones? John Jones is cool. Leroy John Jones is cool. I mean, he has his ups and downs. He's a bit of a party guy, and, he's made some mistakes, and, but he's still the resistance on people that look for his downfall. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Chris Smith, thank you for the donation super chat to you, my friend. Thank you very much. There are 2 champs at PBC. Yep, they are. Yeah, they are Kirk. I'm going to say to Boxing Ego chat that AJ will slam Andy Ruiz and Wilder, bro, on nightstands. Well. Must be one of the LDBC channels. Most of these LDBC channels are just divas. They claim they want smoke, but they will block you if you make good points. Well, I think what it is with them, I think a lot of those channels don't want... See, if you go against the narrative, if you go against what they're preaching and the stuff that they're trying to push, if you go against that, you might affect somebody else's thought process, because they're there to feed a certain narrative. If someone comes on that platform or their channel saying, no, I think it's this way, and here is why, they're going to be like, no, block him because he's going against our narrative. That's why they're like that. I've been Kurt. What do you think of Andy maybe not being hungry anymore since he's got all that money? That could be the case, and we will see fight night. As a matter of fact, well, we won't see too much in training camp, But I'll tell you this. What'll give you a good sign of that, is if he's always talking about what he's bought instead of you seeing him doing actual work. That might be the case. Hey, it happened to Roberto Duran. Remember him? The guy goes and beats Sugar Ray Leonard, fucks his world up for a while. Sugar Ray Leonard eats, sleeps, breathes Roberto Duran. He gets back in there and he makes Duran say no mas. He quits. Why? Because he wasn't prepared. But the other fighter was. The other fighter's mentality totally changed from the first fight. Okay, this could be another case. I'm not saying it is the case, but it could be. Okay, so you're right. Maybe Andy, he never had this type of money, people. So you don't expect him to react a certain way. You don't know how he's going to react until he does it. This is how he's reacting. He stopped pinching himself. Now he's awake. He knows, okay, this is not a dream. Okay, I'm awake. I didn't dream this and wake up in my broke home. And all the bills, loaded up to my eyeballs. I've actually got this amount of money. I've beat Anthony Joshua. I'm rich. I'm rich, bitch. Look at my new watch. Look at my new chain. Look at it. Look at my bracelet. Bling, bling. That's how he's reacting. So he's living it up. I just hope he doesn't lose focus. Because, see, here's the thing. I don't want Andy Ruiz to lose focus. Okay? That's not the objective. The objective is for him to fight the best fight, be the best possible shape he can be. Therefore, if Ruiz comes in at 100%, Joshua comes in at 100%, and they bring their 100% together, we have a good fight, hopefully. You see what I'm saying? I don't want Ruiz to fucking start eating a bunch of Snickers and doing a bunch of shit and get lost focus, and then he goes in there and gets beat. Then we see, well, damn, maybe he wasn't at 100%. Now the whole thing shifts. Okay, now we're looking at it like, well, damn, was Ruiz 100%? I don't want that. I want Ruiz to be at 100%, Joshua to be now at 100%, so we can see who is the best. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Big up to CP. You always on point with the boxing info. Bro, AJ to win 100%. Hey, man, it's a bold prediction. I hope your prediction is right. I hope Anthony Joshua is able to redeem himself because I think that would be the balancer. I think everyone has his day. Everyone has their time to shine. I think it would be a great balanced shift if Joshua won because now we have 1-1. They could always fight again. Ruiz, and this is another thing about Ruiz and his temperament and the things that he cares to say. Okay. And how he cares to conduct himself and how he handles certain situations. If he loses, but he doesn't talk too much shit, he will make it easier because your attitude goes a long way. People need to understand your attitude goes a long way, with dealing with people. If he acts an ass, a diva, and this, that, and I don't want this and I don't want that, and you know what, I can't do this. It's a setup like he's been doing. I think Andy Ruiz should chill because he doesn't know if he's going to win or not. I'm sure he's confident that he will. But let's say he doesn't and he acts like a total dick diva and people just don't want to fuck with him no more. Okay, well, what'll happen then? He'll want a rubber match and he won't get it because he's talked too much shit, made it difficult for people. And guess what? He's a PBC fighter with Al Heyman. Al Heyman ain't giving a fuck about you no more because you don't have the belts. Oh, that's a surprise there, right? Why? Because you've talked so much of a dick. You can't email Eddie no more because Eddie's going to look at that email. Fuck off, mate. We fucked with you. We got our belts back. You gave us so much shit about us blessing you. Think about it, guys. You see what I'm saying? So he needs to realize what's going on at the table because if he loses and he does want a rematch, his attitude has to be right. He has to accept that loss. Let's say he acts an ass about that loss. Like, oh, well, it was because I was in Saudi Arabia and this and that and the other and this and that and the other and this is that and it's corrupted and I didn't want to go over here anyway and this is bullshit. These guys are lies. I don't like this. And then guess what? All that money, all the entourage, all the people that was supporting Andy Ruiz, they kind of, filter out and kind of, lighten up. You stop seeing them as much. Then Ruiz wants a rematch and he can't get it because of the way he acted and conducted himself. So, it is what it is. Damn, tell him he got Americans rooting for him too, brother. Okay, Iron Horse SB. Domino Don jokes. So I've booked a hotel in Saudi. Okay. But unsure whether to go or not as I don't fancy being hit with 500 lashes after one drink. Damn, I hope not. That would suck. My ass would be dead because they'd have just beat me to death because I'm going to have more than one drink. Oh, hell yeah. George. AJ2 is going to be an anticlimactic, boring, possibly controversial points victory for AJ after any. Hey, George, I don't dispute that. I think that's what possibly could happen. I think that Joshua will work on his speed. That's why he's losing weight, and he'll just outpoint Andy Ruiz. But you know something? I think the first fight for both fighters was rather reckless. It was exciting because it was reckless. You see what I'm saying? It's look. I think that those guys fought not knowing each other. They know each other now. That fight's going to be totally different. Like the trainer, the strength and conditioning coach of Ruiz, and they asked him, they said, well, what if Joshua comes in too cautious and not trying to commit? He said, well, we're just going to jump on him. We're going to pounce on him. So that means Andy Ruiz will come forward, but he has to be if Joshua's fighting that game plan anyway. So it's going to be a little cat and mouse, but it could be, a anticlimactic fight, So, and you know what, though? I wouldn't be mad about that. You know why? Because what did Andy Ruiz say that Joshua couldn't do? He said he couldn't box, and he said he wasn't a good fighter, right? Well, if he can't box and he can't fight, Andy Ruiz has to show him that he's the better boxer and bring the fight to him, right? No? Damn. Bruce Vane is seriously thinking about leaving his channel. No, Leroy, he's not thinking about leaving his channel. He's thinking about leaving boxing. He's thinking about going to like the UFC or something like that and talking about that. I think he will always post things, but I think his focus will probably be UFC if we keep getting dicked around, in the sport of boxing like this. But of course, like I say to everyone, this is the sport that I love, that I hate so much, because with the good, you got to accept the bad. The good shit with the bad shit. You have to accept it all as a whole. Therefore, it's a sport that I love, that I hate so much. So I understand the balance of what this channel is and what this sport represents. This sport represents corruption, excitement, danger, drama. That's boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's the sport that I love, that I hate so much. And that explains that, But I think that he will, I don't think he'll leave boxing though, because things are going to happen. This fight's been confirmed. So we're going to see that. We don't know about Wilder versus Ortiz, but I don't think he would really care to see that fight as much. I want to see it because I'm supporting Luis Ortiz. Of course, people know that I'm an Ortiz fan. Ask Sporting Icons. He knows. Ring IQ has the best screen edits on YouTube. He does. He puts a lot of work in his production. Look, when he did the same thing before he went to YouTube. And I told him, I said, man, you need to go on YouTube. And you can tell he strictly has the love for boxing, because he has about 7,000 subscribers or whatever. I feel he should have a whole lot more than that, but none of his shit's monetized. He gets good numbers. He has decent numbers, and none of his stuff's monetized. And he's not doing it for that. He's doing it for the love of boxing. That's honorable. There's reverence in that, because he's showing, I don't need the money. I'm doing it because I love. I got my own job, what I do, whatever he does. But he comes home, he reports the news, he states his facts, he gives his ring IQ about everything, and that's that. Okay? So, UK India House, Counterpunch, always on point. His content, he be putting in the hours. I do put in the hours because I love it too, Points with Andy is okay if it's only one way to get past this boogeyman and then break Wilder. Hey, if he is, more power to him if he can do it. Finally, I catch this live. Gushy, I'm glad you caught this live. Counterpunch to you. I don't know. I watched Blue Blood. There, I said it. Aaron Clark. It's all right, Blue Blood ain't the worst person in the world to listen to. He's he has his channel and his fans, and he does what he does. I believe that AJ focused on Ruiz's chest instead of his head. He will have a bigger target. If AJ head hunts, then he will, with Ruiz, can get low and counter him. Hey, that's a good assessment. GM strong, great counterpunch. Yeah, Blue Sky. I don't think he would want to win on points either. Excuse me. Especially if the way he lost, like you said, but I think he was worried about the fans booing. So that's what made him want to do more. Yeah, so the Warrior's in Joshua. Joshua likes to mix it up. He likes to put punches together. I don't think he's like that defensive counterpuncher like a Mayweather or Lara. He's nothing like that. Nothing. Hell, we learned that from the Klitschko fight. He likes to mix it up. Either you take him out or knock him down, or he takes you out, or he knocks you down. Either way, Bye TV. Fanon comes across as quite smart. Why is he so stupid? I don't know. I have no idea. Respect to Sporting Icons, one of the best in the game. I do agree. I like his content. Always has a reliable source. good material. I agree. AJ also lost the weight from home, though, so they are both going to suffer from it. Even ground. I guess, Vic, we'll see when the time comes. AJ took a dive, let Ruiz win. Hey, it's possible. You keep going back to that shit, but there's a reason why that was on my mind to make that video, because it just hit me like it's enough signs to make that believable, so. What's going on with IBF and Pulev? What is going on with Pulev and Jenny Shisu? I would like to know about that. Jay Lorenzo, big up, Mr. Counterpunch. Nothing but good intelligence on boxing, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. 100% contender hunger is back, I believe. I think it is too. Let's hope it is. But counterpunch to you, Jay Lorenzo. They both have that handicap. Let's see. What are your views on all this confusion being an Al Heyman ploy? Al Heyman, he has weaker fighters or fighters that are not known. He's more flexible with them, but that which makes it retarded. You show that you can work with other promotional companies and platforms and networks, but only if it's the fighters that you don't give a fuck about. I just find that real strange. So you can't tell us that, hey, it can't be done. You just won't do it. Bottom line. Maybe if Ruiz wins, those belts getting split. Who is the boxer of the decade? I have a feeling they will give it to Floyd, but it should be Canelo. I'm not sure. Coin costs on that. What do I think about Showbiz? I think Showbiz is absolutely hilarious. He is hilariously funny. And I listen to him, I'll be laughing my ass off. His intro is dynamic, and it's original, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't take him seriously, but he has, he has his own, style of delivering boxing knowledge. And, you can tell he's a lover of boxing, and it's cool. I like Showbiz, what I'm saying? Because the first time I seen him, like, who the fuck is this dude? But then, I kept hearing him, like, okay, he does break things down, in his own way. Again, he's original. And I like Showbiz. I think he's cool. AJ's road to Damascus moment, June 1st. I heard that. J.M. Strong, I think that they are too biased and rely on their hardcore followers if they like the boxing voice, who don't block people so long as they're respectful. And yeah, they should be more like the boxing voice, but that's different. The boxing voice is more like a hybrid because, you got more than one person. You have a platform of people. It's a podcast. So, they have people coming in, people that can call, and it's just, you do have the Wilder, you do have the guys that are fans of Wilder, then you have another guy that's a fan of Joshua, then you have the other guy that's kind of in between. That's cool, because it's balanced. It's not just a bunch of guys that think all alike, and if you don't think like them, you don't be on their platform, okay? Fuck, you might as well go to church. You know what I mean? If you want everyone to agree on the same thing, right? So it's crazy. Ruiz did follow Dillian and not initiate enough. He did, yeah. He did. He didn't do a lot. He was looking for a counter and the counters weren't there because, Dillian popped the jab in his face. He doubled up on the jab and made him think about what he was going to do. Rivas, he tried to counter and and I see that he has to be set to throw his harder punches. But, it is what it is. PED on his chest. Fucking A. I mean, that's what Miller has. He should be Mr. PED. Jarrell PED Miller. But then again, you should have Canelo. So you can't shit on one guy without shitting on the other guy. That ain't cool. They got popped. They got popped. That's that. You know. Hey, Metabox J or Metal Box J. Didn't see the L. We'll see tomorrow, and I can't wait. Yeah, you know what, Khalid? I'm with you. 12,000 seats don't match the magnitude of the event. Look, I don't think that either. I think that shit at least should be like 50,000 capacity. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't agree with that shit at all. That lets you know it's just a big money grab. If it wasn't for the money there, they would not have it in Saudi Arabia because, look, Ruiz Joshua 2 is bigger than that fucking place. It's bigger than Saudi Arabia to me, honestly. It's just the money is. Okay? That's that. Joshua said he's not going to keep UK fans waiting long. Okay, great. That's great. Hearn said it's not Saunders. All right, well, we have to see. I think it's not Billy Joe, then it's between Chris Eubank and Josh Taylor. It's somebody big because they wouldn't have a platform to make us guess who this is. You know what I'm saying? Did Ruiz actually come out of hiding yet? N.O., thank you for the super chat. Will AJ bring Joey D back for this training camp? I'm not sure. That's a good question. Ego sniffs coke. That's why he's always got his glasses on. Well, no. You got to look for signs other than that. You know, if a person is just sniffing all the fucking time and has to leave, hold on, I'll be back a second. Then comes back, all right, I'm back, and then this is boxing ego. Oh, Michael shows, I want to see you debate with them. Trust someone like 78 would like you. He don't get emotional and you lay argument your point. Well, you know, I don't care about the arguing or the confrontation because everybody is going to disagree on something. You know, I just don't want someone, hey, I'm pissed at you because of what you said and I can't take your perception. All right. I can't handle it. So I'm going to block it. It's just stupid. Acting like hanging up, like a lot of relationships like that. You're getting into it and people get emotional. Oh, fuck you then, and hang up. Like, no, it ain't that serious. If you feel this way, just state your claim. You could either agree or disagree with the other person, right? Richard Pollard. Go on, Kurt Ladd. Best boxing chat on the internet. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Ego looks like a wreck head. What the hell is a wreck head, DJN? What's a wreck head? Why do you think Wilder is thinking about Saudi Arabia fight? Ruiz is now the theory of more prestigious fighter than Wilder. Do you think Wilder wishes it was him going there? No, I don't. Vic, I think that Wilder got what he wanted, honestly. He's talking about fighting AJ now because he knows AJ has a fight. So I don't really think that it's AJ's intention. I mean, Deontay Wilder's intention to fight Anthony Joshua. It may be to fight Ruiz. That's probably why we haven't seen him talk about anything about Ortiz because he puts, Ortiz was a fighter that was designed, okay? He was appointed the back guy. He was that guy that was on the back burner. Okay. So he's that guy in case we need a guy for Wilder, we're going to go back to him, but it just shows that if they were serious about making that fight would have happened. Just joined the live feed. I'm confused. Has Ruiz signed or is he still refusing? Saw Eddie's interview earlier and it seemed it was all well and signed and sealed. Yeah, it's all well. It's good. He has no choice. Sign the fucking contract. Aaron Rosas, right? Call that brainwashing. All right. So Lennox Lewis is black Canadian, British, African American. Lennox has plenty of passports. He sure does, right? GM Strong, good point on the logic of the LDBC. No, thank you. Thank you for the super chat donation. Counterpunch to you. But I mean, that's the LDBC, man. They know enough people that look like them, that think like them, will listen to them as doctrine. And if you come there with any other doctrine or point of view, you're going to get booted out, plain and simple. You know? Don Dada, good evening to you. Danny B, my man, the sporting icons in the house. Yes, he is, or he was. I think he still is. Oh, yep, Metal Ball J, it's signed. Who should RAR have his camp to stay focused? I don't know. His car was over 400,000 alone. Damn, Danny B. Fuck that. I could have bought like 4 houses. You know what I mean? Rented them out and made 4 times the amount of money. Crazy. Freaking crazy. D. Sinai. Hi, Kurt. Can we get alcohol at the AJ and Ruiz 2 venue and hotel? This is vital information. I will look that up for you. I would assume so. Maybe not outside of the venue. Maybe you have to get it inside, the worst case scenario. Because if you're getting a ticket with a visa and you're a drinker, what do we do when we go to fights? We drink. I doubt that. This isn't an Indian reservation, for Christ's sake. I think it is even Indian reservations have casinos now. So that's not even a good analogy at all anymore. But I think so, but I have to make sure. But thank you for the super chat. I will look in that for you. And I will post it on the community. So check my community as I get that information to you. And as soon as I get that information, I will make a special post for that to update everyone that there will be alcohol or there won't be alcohol at that event. But thank you very much, D. Ruiz is a perfect example how boxers can go broke. Well, yeah, if he spends all his money up and not having money coming back or just mismanages his money, you know. Sporting icons, good night to you. Enjoy your night and keep the boxing. Keep trending. Absolutely. Counterpunch to you, brother. Good night. Eddie Hearn, does Ruiz want more money? Absolutely. Do we have to give him more money? Absolutely not. They don't. Look this way, Kurt. Sporting icons. Later's sporting dude. No, but you can smuggle in your own. Damn, Dave Brady. Damn, I hope that's not the case. Lucy J, if AJ loses to Ruiz, is the Wilder and Fury fights still an option for AJ? It is. And in fact, Lucy J, they'll make it easier to make. It's just, I think, if Wilder beats Fury, Wilder will still want to beat AJ. You know why? Because that fight was most anticipated, and he knows maybe there's still enough buzz around AJ to get a good payday from Deontay Wilder. But the ironic thing about that, let's say AJ loses, right? Right, Lucy? Check this out, guys. Let's say AJ loses, and by the time they actually fight, Deontay Wilder gets $12 million. Because the first one was 12.5, right? And that was slave wages. So he loses to Ruiz. They fight later next year. Ruiz loses to the Wilder. And then Deontay Wilder fights Anthony Joshua for $12 million fucking dollars. All right? That would be ironic because that was slave wages according to Deontay Wilder. Right? It's crazy. You're coming from the viewpoint that Joshua beats Ruiz in the rematch. What really is that Ruiz started boxing at 6 years, great long amateur career. Ruiz is just a better fighter. Yeah, I believe he's a good fighter. But here's the thing. I don't think that Joshua was focused on him like he should have been. You know? But no, it takes nothing away from Ruiz. Ruiz did his fucking job. I will never say Ruiz didn't do his job. What's your reads on Yard and Kovalev? I think Kovalev smokes him, but I think Yard has that untamed knockout power to put his lights out, and that could happen too. I think White versus Ruiz would be a great fight. Yeah, I think so too. I would love to see that. But it's a lot of fights that could happen, but we got to see what's up with White. You know, we got a soldier out of the game due to bullshit. You know, he's had nothing to lose, and AJ may have been a bit, you know, yeah. You're a G. DJ DQ, thank you, man. You know, appreciate it. Tony T, or Tony C. Bruce V, take a break, but please stay in boxing. Boxing needs you. Yeah, I know, right? Counterpunch to that shit. I like his videos. Good job, brother. Keep it, will seldom reward one day. Wish you all the best in your endeavors. Thank you very much. Jason Meza. Joshua tried to fight inside and let Ruiz get in range. Even if AJ boxes from the outside, it only makes it a little longer with a punch in his punches. AJ, weak chin. Well, that weak chin took a lot of punches. I can tell you that much. Loke Dog, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Thank you for coming on. DJ or DGO 0082. Props to you. Props to you back. Who is in the current era do you think could have beaten Mike Tyson in his prime? Current era of Mike Tyson. Don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Nobody right now. Not even Tyson Fury. You know? Mr. Gibbs of the Boxing Voice is a snitch. I got the paperwork. Curtis the Desktop. Is that a desktop too with Basil? With is the desktop PC with the bezels for sale? I have no idea. I don't know what bezels are. Sorry. Ruiz straight up does cheap shots, back of the head, behind the head. Well, Britney Spears, you know, that's a good point. He did catch Anthony behind the head with that shot, that counter. You know what I mean? It landed wrong, but it is what it is. Yo, love what you do. Respect from South Wales, UK, home of Kawasaki. Mr. Lewis, counterpunch to you. If you run into Kawasaki, you tell him I said, what's up, and counterpunch to him. If he gave the fight to Hunter, the belts would still be in Matchroom. Probably so, because it'd probably knock Hunter out. Thoughts on Usyk in the heavyweight division, potential world champion? Hey, you know, Usyk is the sleeping giant, but we have to see how he does fight, or he does in the heavyweight division. Tony C, he took a lots of punishment and went down and got up. Ruiz was simply El Dropo. He's El Dropo. AJ got up steady from Vlad. He did. I agree. Blue sky. And then when he got up, he was fucking exhausted too. So it's time for him to lose that weight. Like, seriously. Does AJ benefit more working with Foreman or Lewis? Stylistically Lewis, but better Foreman. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Lewis, he talked too much shit to be on his good side. Yeah, Usyk is a monster. Metal box, I believe. I'd say Lewis. I'd say Lewis too, but I mean, he has different, you know, interest, I believe, you know? But I'm glad this fight is happening. I may do a live feed tonight that's talking more about Wilder and Ortiz too. I got to run, guys. It's been fun. You guys have been awesome. Of course, tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And everyone has been counterpunched. Blue Sky, Waylo 83, Tony C, Vic, everyone. Peace.